This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, here we are. What is the date today? It is March the.
Who the hell cares?
Oh,
Every
we're
day's
in
the
March.
same.
But we have a wonderful group, well, I should say two of a group on the show today. The second time I've had these folks on the show, and I've met them three times at Horror-rama in Toronto. I miss Toronto terribly. Here we are introducing Max Explosion and the gorgeous trash of Blood Opera. How'd you do? Wow.
Okay, we're drinking so we don't go crazy, you know? How are you? Cheers, Greg. Okay, well, there's some water in this. There's some water in here. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, well, this is actually the first drink I've had of the day. I woke up probably about an hour and a half before this interview. So I worked last night.
Oh, you do work the midnight shift, don't you, Greg?
Mm-hmm.
We like those hours too. This is a bit early for us. We're kind of this we just kind of got up too, but don't tell anyone. We work really hard. I know you work hard. You just sleep late.
Every day's early for you.
This is true, especially considering the days just kind of blend into one another. I don't really give a shit what day it is.
Do you know what day it is?
No. Sunday fun day.
Sunday.
I know. I couldn't tell you the number though. Something in March.
Oh, I don't know. It's in March. Anyway. Oh, it could be the 13th, the 14th.
That's it. I think it's the no. Yeah.
Oh, it's the 14th. It's the 14th because Lisa's birthday's tomorrow.
It's the 14th. Happy birthday, Lisa Langlois, tomorrow. Oh,
yes.
Class of 1984. Lisa, we miss you. We miss you, and we hope you're doing okay during all this bullshit. We're so happy that we got to meet you when we were allowed to hang out and touch you and see you close and have you spit on us. You were so all your lines during that Freaky Fun Fact trivia. Oh, it was so good. Have you seen that one, Greg, with her, where the thing she did for us?
Yes, I did, right in front of the school. Actually, we went there as well. When I was there the first year, we went to the house where they kidnapped Mary Lynn Ross, who's been a guest a couple times on here as well.
That's cool.
And we went to the school, had her picture taken in front of it. We met Neil Clifford, but he won't do the show because of well, let's just say his experiences on that film was not the best. Met Aaron Noble.
We love that movie, but we know how shitty the times and certain things were goings-ons in it. But you know what? It looks really good on tape, doesn't it?
It does. I grew up with that movie because I have an uncle that used to own a video store, and that was I remember the first time seeing that movie, and so it's funny how technology works now because when I was in high school some 30 plus years ago, we still had typewriters, we had phones that had the cords on it, you know.
I remember. Look, I'm from the same time, okay? These kids today walking around with the clip thing on there, they don't even know. You say make the phone sign and they give this or they do this. They don't know what this means. They don't know what that is.
Nope, they do not. And I'll tell you, when I had Lisa on here a couple times, and that was that second time where we got talking about travel, and she asked what was stopping me because I'd never been outside New Brunswick at that time. In fact, going to St. John or Moncton from Fredericton here, I
You
would
want
get
to talk
homesick.
about living under a rock? Gee.
Yeah. So when Lisa invited me to assist her at Horror-rama, I couldn't say no. But the same token, I was petrified because like I'd never flown before. I got to say, I love Porter Airlines. Love it. It's
You're
like
not
a
going to get
bus.
anything free from them this time there, Greg.
Oh man, I loved the travel there, and I remember getting off that plane. It was the first. I took the tunnel. We landed in Toronto Island. We took the tunnel. I didn't take the ferry, and it was like the first time I'd seen escalators since the '80s. Because we haven't had them. We still don't have them here. It's been since the '80s here, and it's
Where the
like
hell do you live?
Fredericton, so behind, huh? But it's funny because when I got up to the surface, um,
Of
Lisa
the
had called.
escalator.
Yeah, and Lisa had called me and told me to take the shuttle bus to Union Station where she'd meet me. And when I got to the surface, I was like looking at all these buildings. Like we got tall buildings here, but nothing like that.
No, but you guys have the McLobster, so who the hell cares?
Oh, I don't know. I've never had the McLobster, and I live here.
Sorry, that's why I want to go out there to try that. But that's city washed, city washed.
But I love Toronto. I can't go there now, obviously, because the pandemic decided to screw up my vacation. I didn't take any vacation last year,
Hey, you don't
thanks to
want
the
to. You don't
pandemic.
want to come here. You don't want to. It's no one. No one's allowed to. No one's allowed to leave. No one's allowed to come in. It's like the crazies over here. You seen that movie?
Yeah, I just got it this year. Let me see.
It's too real this year. It's really. It's
Signed by Lynn Laurie.
Oh my goodness, we love Lynn Laurie. She's a lovely, lovely woman. That movie's frightening. You know what's more frightening than the film? The fact that that's actually what's fucking happening right now.
Well, I'm very optimistic this year because I just saw a thing on Facebook where Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti from Clerks were at a con
Where?
somewhere in the States. And I guess
Yeah,
it's
but the
just,
States is getting vaccinated real fast. They're
yep.
starting to have conventions. They still have a lot of cases, but they're kind of, some places are kind of going at it. They even said, start going back to things in Texas without wearing masks and doing whatever. And we're like, we're always wearing masks. Okay.
Mhm.
We even when this goes back to regular, being not allowed, not having to wear them. Like I think the people around here are gonna kind of keep them on for a while. I know it's going to cause problems too, because already we've seen a few people neglecting to wear their face diapers. Either where they should be or not wearing one at all.
You just hold for a second. I'll show you my two masks. You just wait.
Oh, okay. He's got to show us his mask. They're not as cool as these, but this ain't a fucking costume, Greg. You know that. Is he coming back?
No.
Oh.
I got a couple awesome masks here. People really avoid me in public with this one.
Oh, look at that. Is that a part 3 or a part 5?
Part 4.
Oh,
Because
part
Ted
4.
White is
I
the
can't
best.
even tell.
I actually got a signed hockey mask by Ted White from
wow,
the final chapter. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You probably have the coolest shit ever over there.
I had him on a couple of times.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
I've had 3 of the Blues Brothers on here.
That's funny. Well, you've got 2 of them on your mouth now.
Yeah.
Well, don't tell anybody that. Just wear it. Yeah.
But yeah, I wear them. They're major conversation pieces.
I really like that. I really like that Blues Brothers.
Yeah, right now. I think I'm going to get a Big Lebowski one as well. I got one that looks like the rug, and it says, "This mask really ties my face together."
Okay, that's amazing.
From the Big Lebowski, yeah.
I get
But
it. I'm not supposed to know what that movie is because we're really old and whatever, but I totally know what it is.
it's an awesome movie. Such an awesome movie.
Great film.
Yeah. But yeah, I miss Toronto and I still keep in touch with Lisa and yeah, but and I've had Allie. I had Allie Chapel on last month.
Yay, Ellie! She helps us. She's helped us a lot with our streams and a lot
Mhm.
in the shop. She's helped. She can make things. She's a lovely, lovely woman.
Yep, she was on for over 3 hours,
Oh!
and that's
Well, it's
not even.
good that I hope she doesn't charge by the minute or you're going fucking broke there, Greg.
Oh, Chris Alexander will take care of that.
Okay, well,
I
we've all
have.
got sugar daddies.
Well, she's sending me uh, Necropolis Legion in the mail.
Yes,
So
great film.
yeah, so I'm gonna get that, and yeah. But yeah, ever since Lisa invited me to Horror-rama, I met you folks. And it's funny, you've been there every year, and you better be there this year if they have it. Knock on wood.
Look, once you put some needles into my butt or arm or whatever it is, I hope it's the butt.
He only wants the butt.
Yeah, the butt needles, because they're fun. You know, you get to you get to moon the person giving it to you. It's the best. Until we get those, we ain't going anywhere. But yes, we hope that everything comes back. Shows, concerts, conventions, movies, outdoor flea markets, everything. We miss it all, Greg. We're losing our fucking minds.
Well, I've been going back to the movie theater since last July.
Yeah, we rub it in. Rub it in. Okay.
They just have it set up so that electronically you can pick where you want to sit, and there's certain seats that are blackened out that you can't sit at, and I've never had a problem there. So, of course, I work as a cleaner, so I've nothing's changed for me except the station closing and me being able to travel, which were two major blows for me. Thank goodness Zoom solved the interview part. It's just a matter of being able to travel again because I miss Toronto a lot. I actually got on here one day and watched a YouTube video of just the subways going back and forth. That was how Toronto sick I was.
Oh, he really does love Toronto. You couldn't pay me to watch that shit.
A similar thing happened to me. Somebody sent me a voice message, and I could hear like the do do do, and I was like,
it's faster. It's like do do do.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Crushes you whether you're ready or not, whether you're young or old, tall or short. It crushes you.
Yeah. So I met you guys at Horror-rama 2017, and you gave me your card, and
Horror-rama.
yeah. And then 2018, I was so honored you guys remembered me. And then Lisa had arrived there to meet up with me at the end of it, and we all went to that little pub down the street and had poutine and nachos and all that. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they wondered where the hell we were from, and we said, well, he's from Fredericton, and they said, get out!
It didn't happen.
No, we said, no, we were like, it's okay. The rest of us are from Toronto. And he was like, oh, did you say Toronto or Toronto? You have to say Toronto so they know you're from there, you know?
Well, I'll tell you, Lisa got me trained well on how to use a subway and the streetcars and stuff like that. And because last year not last year, 2019, I was able to see you guys perform at the Lisa and I went and saw you guys perform at the Demons thing there for the end of the
the Demons after the after show. Yes.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming down and thanking us for showing up, but you know what? We were happy to see you guys. Lisa speaks highly of you guys.
Oh, well, we love her, and we miss her a lot. I say that sincerely when we talk about her. That there's a few people that we look up to from the films that we love, and she is sincerely as lovely as we'd hope that she would be in person and in the flesh. And you know, that being said, we've lost contact with, not lost contact, but we haven't talked to people in so long, because this is making, you know, we would always kind of bank on seeing a lot of people like Lisa, because even if she wasn't a guest per se at Horror-rama, she would come out and support, and we introduced Lisa Langlois to Linnea Quigley. We introduced Trash to Trash. No, we introduced Patsy to Trash at Horror-rama. So thank you, Horror-rama, for that being able to be a thing. But Lisa came on her own violation. You know, that's the wrong word.
Actually, I remember she asked me to ask Chris Alexander if it was okay. She yelled at me. He says, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
Of course, and then everybody swarms her at the door. But yeah, I mean, you know, and then having the two of them, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is so cool!" And we were paparazzi. We were fucking dying again. You know, we were inside. We were seriously losing it to not only be able to kind of introduce them, but to then, you know, hang out with the two of them and watch these two amazing women that we've looked up to for so long get to hang out. So you know, we took those conventions, Horror-rama, Frightmare in the Falls, Shockstock. Oh my God, Shockstock. We took all of those things for granted every year, and we loved them so much. And now, oh my God, it's like
I'm jonesing.
I think the first convention that we go to, I may get so fucked up that, like, you know, there may not be a show.
I may take off all of my clothes.
There may not be. There'll be an explosion. Be no Max. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, I had Linnea on my birthday in 2019 as well. So she come on, I made her sing, and she did.
Oh, wow.
She and I are actually in a film together because I cameo in 9 James Balsamo movies. All I had to do was shoot my footage here and send it, and James spliced it into the movie. And one of them, I'm in a movie with Linnea. Them in the same movie.
Cool.
Yeah, cool as hell too. And It Wants Blood.
He's in a movie that Linnea's in too, but
yeah.
What?
No, the costume. What? Oh, never mind.
Oh, I was just talking about the lovely woman wearing it. Oh, Return of the Living Dead. I've had Tom Matthews on from that movie as well.
Tom Matthews! Didn't we meet him? We got to. Oh yeah, Mark Philbin came to see got to see Blood Opera live as well. Mm-hmm. We've had a few really cool. Not that we don't love every single one of you that comes to see our shows. But if you were in one of our favorite films from the 80s, oh my God, as well, you may just get a free shirt. Maybe.
There you go.
No, she'll still make them pay for it.
We played a show, and at the con, John Philbin was like, "Oh, you guys are performing," and I was dressed, and I said, "Yes, we are," and I said, "And I take off my clothes," and sure enough, he showed up to the event.
Of course he did.
I gave him a couple of my Canadian cigarettes, and he called them very weak, but I said, well, they are Canadian cigarettes and not American cigarettes.
She took her clothes off for him and gave him cigarettes. Yeah. Goodness me.
I stripped on some razor blades.
And
jeepers, I gotta be at that show.
The craziest thing about that show, well, you have to explain. She doesn't normally strip on razor blades, or there would be nothing left of her. But the gentleman, Phoenix Fire, the innovator of insanity, who we love so much, helped us with so much of our stuff. We've featured with, on stage with that man so many times. He's absolutely incredible in front of the camera and behind it. He was doing a performance whereby, he does so many things with razor blades. What was he doing this time? Eating them? I think he was eating them. I think he was eating the razor blades and chewing them with his teeth, as you do.
Mhm.
And
Of course.
and he literally, I think, maybe dropped a few or spat them out on the floor, or I don't fucking know what you do after you chew a razor blade. And then
And then I'm like, la la la.
and then, because unfortunately the venue, they had this amazing stage, but the lights were not working properly this night. So we get up on stage and we're kind of looking at each other and we're like, okay, well, the guys can play their instruments, blind. That doesn't matter. But this lovely piece of woman specimen, she couldn't see was she's taking her clothes off. If you don't know, um, we play "Make Love Till You Die" by SSQ. We cover that, and from the Return of the Living Dead soundtrack. And so,
Mhm.
literally, she took her clothes off, and then realized after that, there were razors, like almost stuck to her, / just that she'd like stripped on them, and luckily she wasn't cut open or nothing. And then we went to Phoenix, and he was like, yeah, well, but she's still here. What doesn't kill you,
Makes me bleed.
what doesn't kill or cuts, what doesn't cut your
Or as
thumb.
my shirt, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
There you
Oh,
go.
Conan the
There you
Barbarian.
So that was cool. That was fun. That was in Niagara Falls. That one. That was a lot of fun. Oh my God, we missed playing fucking shows, bud.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Last time I was there, speaking of Tom Matthews, I had the pleasure of seeing you guys perform at the Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives screening, which I went to.
Oh, it was the anniversary of the last kind of one of those. Sort of cut you off. I just get so excited. The last one of those. It was the anniversary on Friday.
Well, you want me to tell you a story behind that? Is the night before I went. Actually, no, it was the night on. I was on my phone and I text Nancy McLaughlin and I said,
just on your phone.
Yeah,
yeah,
just casually.
telling her that I'm watching her on screen. And I went to a Christmas party with Lisa Langlois the following night, and I get this call from Nancy. Nancy's been on my show a number of times, and I said, I was watching you last night. She goes, I saw that.
Hey, I was good. I was like, that could go one of two ways when you tell someone you're watching them and you just text it to them, right?
Oh no, yeah. Nancy is a major cheerleader in my court here, so she is lovely. She's wonderful. Actually, let me see if I find it here because she had sent me something. I should show you guys this. This is amazing. Nancy McLaughlin sent this to me.
What? Oh, that's pretty. Can I have one? Can I
Yeah,
have one?
really.
Yeah, it's a
Where's my necklace?
Wow.
it's a medallion. Yeah,
Greg, that's pretty cool, man.
yeah. It's got her initials there on the back.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got the second one apparently. So, yeah.
Damn,
Nance.
we need a few of those to be able to give away at Drunken Cinema, because that's where, that's that show you were talking about. That's at the review on Roncesvalles, the Review Cinema. God, we missed that place too. Thank goodness they're still around. They do like trivia nights. You can go and buy their packages. Because we used to go to Drunken Cinema there, and it was every month or every other month it was sold out. Horror movies, action movies. You would get handed a drinking game card and buy
a glow stick.
And a glow stick and a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
had a
other
glow
pros-
stick.
We were always giving
I
away prizes and stuff, and often on the Return of the Living Dead night when Linnea was there, they had like a trioxin drink. Oh man, we had so much fun, and Serena Whitney puts all those shows on, and they're absolutely amazing. And we the last show that the anniversary of it being a year since we've played any shows, a year yesterday, because, and we'll never forget, because it was Friday the 13th. You know, we're talking about Jason here. It was Friday the 13th at the Review Cinema for Drunken Cinema. It was it Jason Takes Manhattan? What was it?
No. No.
Oh,
No.
Part 5.
Serena,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God, it was so mad.
We've played maybe 4 Friday the 13th.
And Matt Cherian did the poster as always, and man, we came out playing, and you know, it was a really, if I can just ramble on as I always do, you know, we came out and we had heard the last few weeks or the last few days there had been word of this La Rona. You know, and we were wondering what the fuck was going on. And, you know, we were kind of still walking around like there was nothing happening. We played this show that a few people, you know, even the night of on the Friday, they'd called Drunken Cinema to say, hey, we're getting a bit scared here, a bit uncomfortable. They got their money back. We noticed that there were a few kind of empty seats where there's, you know, it's always completely sold out at that theater, like 300 plus people. And so we were like, what the hell's going on? And Rip Junk actually was like, oh, like this is kind of becoming a thing. And I was like, oh, you know, let's go out playing My Sharona, but we'll play My Corona. So, you know, we walked out on stage with My Corona, and like we heard the crowd going. There was a gasp because, you know, a few people kind of knew that it was becoming a thing. We thought it was still honestly a bit of a joke. We were like, what is this? Is this a fucking government ploy? It had been a few days. And then literally that night, no word of a lie, we get a phone call that is like that is pretty much from the promoter of the show that we were supposed to play the following night at the Hard Luck.
I think it was the Hard Luck.
At the Hard Luck, and they were like, this shit's real. Like the band isn't coming from the States. We were supposed to play with this American group and back them up. Chris Alexander was supposed to play that show with us, I believe, too. And they were like, nope, it's all over. And we were like, but we're playing the show right now. And they're like, well, that's going to be the last show for a long time. And honestly, it was. And so this weekend we're kind of having a bit of a rough one because it's reminding us of that it's literally been 365 fucking days.
And I was going to say, mind you, I have been constantly reminded about it because that particular night I dressed as a Camp Crystal Lake camper running away from Jason Voorhees. So I was running up and down the aisles doing my screaming, and when I was doing my fake falls,
that was pretty good. I think it was better than that.
I faked fell a second time, and I busted up my leg. I totally ripped it open from carpet burn.
Yeah, she was bleeding from her carpet burn.
So because I was scared of COVID being a real thing, and my body had just been scraped against, like, sorry, Review Cinema, but it is a theater ground. Dirty
rug burn.
I was instantly pouring like just pure alcohol on it, trying to get any dirt or grime.
She was already hoarding the alcohol. She was already fucking hoarding the 99%.
And now I have like this big scar on my leg, and I'm like, I'll always remember that show. I carry it with me forever now. Thanks.
Well, I remember the Jason Lives show because number one, I answered one of the trivia questions. You know, the first one was how many Friday the 13th were filmed in the 80s, and of course it was 8 of them. And I got a ticket for Terror Train for December, and I was like,
hey,
well,
yeah, we love that movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was going to be home, but I kept the ticket as kind of a little thing, you know.
Well, you should have given it to me. I would have sold it to you. People were killing to get into that.
Oh, yeah? Well, little memento for me. And anyway, the second, I forget the third question, but I knew the answer to all of them, but I wanted to give other people a chance. And second question was, how many of them did Kane Hodder star in? And I'm sitting here thinking 4. People are saying like 2, 3, and I'm almost ready to yell out 4.
But see, because you even had me you say that, and I go, oh, is it 3 though? Because you second guess your first guess. You know, you second guess yourself, and people do it, and then they don't raise their hand, and then they don't win the cool shit.
That's me.
I just throw my hand up, even if I'm like, I just pull a number out of my ass. And if it's a franchise with, 10 movies or 11 movies in it, I'm just like 5, 6, 2.
Well, I had a feeling that if I said the next one, they might disqualify me for. I would go to Night of the Comet as well, and I was like, well, I was gonna be home in Fredericton, but it was kind of like, and I forget what the third question was, but I knew the answer.
From drunken cinema. It's drunken fucking cinema.
Yeah.
We get fucking drunk.
But I enjoyed that night, and I had a lot of fun. You see, I wasn't supposed to be there. Originally, I was supposed to leave Toronto 2 days earlier, and I got to the airport, and I had locks on my luggage, and I couldn't find the keys, and I had to be able to open up my luggage, and I was like, shit. I said to the airport people, like, do you have something that could break these open?
And they were like, you can't break open someone's luggage, sir.
Well, so I ended up having to miss my flight and had to reschedule for 2 days later. And I had to call Lisa, and I told her, I said, look, I'm kind of stuck. And anyway, I'm glad I stayed those 2 extra days, though, because I was able to go see Friday the 13th. Jason Lives on the big screen.
Oh, cool.
And I was able to go to another Christmas party with Lisa. I ended up going to 2 Christmas parties with her, and I had a blast. And I actually thought those extra 2 days even made my trip even better, except for the extra flight ticket. But other than that, what can you do?
It's good. Those were the good old days when flight delays meant that something could be fun. Now flight delays, I don't think it means the same thing. You know what I mean? But
no.
But yeah, times have changed. Stuff is happening. But yeah, we miss conventions. We miss shows. We miss seeing you. We miss seeing Lisa. We miss everybody. Boy, what don't we miss?
Well, I'll tell you this. I remember when I went to the Jason Lives screening, I got one of those little glow stick things and a card, and the card said, anytime there's fog or steam on the movie, you wave this around, wave the glow stick around. I'm like, I'm gonna be waving the whole damn night.
Well, see, what actually happened, Greg, is that a few people, they were, I guess, some of the not so heavy partiers per se, not us. They got wind of the game, and I think a few people were like, because the cards just said, take a drink after this, take a drink after that, take a drink after that. So I'm pretty sure Drunken Cinema actually changed it to wave your glow stick, which actually was like, yeah, they gave you a glow stick, but it's actually still like take a drink, because it was kind of, someone, wasn't that thing like people were promoting, saying it was you're getting too fucked up, essentially.
No, I think the cinema potentially had experienced some people who consumed so much that they were unenjoyable people in the theater.
That's not me.
And also some people, even though it's called Drunken Cinema, don't necessarily drink, and they still want to attend, so they don't want a card that states take a drink. It's like, but what if I don't drink? So
yeah, like Richard Demon.
So you can either take it as waving a glow stick or wave a glow stick.
Wave a glow stick, and that's what I said. I was there. I was like, wait, this is my glow stick, and I'll wave it into my mouth.
I would just get a soda or something, I mean, yeah.
Or just have a soda. I like to down my beer with my pink purple crust.
Because I really don't drink. I have wine every now and again. Although
that counts.
I'll tell you this.
I don't drink. I just drink wine. With a spot of cheese, governor.
Lisa and I went to a restaurant while I was there, and she ordered wine with her meal, and I was like, gee, I wonder what I should have to drink. And Lisa said, well, you like that movie, The Big Lebowski. Why not have a White Russian? And I looked at the waitress, guys, could you do that? And she said, yeah. And like, the dude abides. I liked it too.
White Russians are good. Yeah, if they're made right. If they're made right.
Years ago, I went to a screening of The Big Lebowski at I forget the name of the theater that's on Bloor Street, right by Bathurst. But I went to like a New Year's Eve screening there, and I showed up with
What,
like,
the Royal?
Is it the Royal?
Yeah.
Either way,
I love the
I
Royal.
showed up with my
Royal
robe
Cinema.
on and my glasses, and I was trying to be the dude walking around, and they were only serving White Russians that night. And I said to them, I was like, "Is there any other drink I can have? Because I don't know if I can consume multiple White Russians. That's a lot of milk and a lot of vodka."
It's the Milky Way.
And they were like, "No, it's White Russians."
Good.
And I was one of those where it's like, "Okay,
What?
I'll only have a couple. I'll wait till I get
You just
home."
vomit milk in the morning.
It is tasty though.
I do like it. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things when I meet up with Lisa next time, we got to go to a screening of The Room.
Well, I know
That's
where.
a lot of
That's
fun.
where you go to.
The Carlton?
The Carlton.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do it, but they used to always show The Room all the time. You know, I think I've seen that movie a few too many times. I don't really want to watch it anymore.
I've only seen it once, and it was in theaters, and it was a great experience.
But the people that are into that movie, oh my God, are they into that movie? And we respect that. We respect
Tommy Wiseau was my first guest, my first ever guest.
There
Tommy
you go.
Wiseau.
Very cool.
And after that, it was like, who else can I do this with? And I remember Lisa was one of the first people I reached out to. So here I am, and you guys are interview number 406.
Holy shit, 406. There's sexy number in there somewhere.
So I'm quite happy about that. But you guys put on a great show.
Thank you.
The Jason Lives. Yep. And I gotta say, I loved hearing Fanboy, which of course I'm a co-producer on 13 Fanboy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Debbie Sue Voorhees, because she's been on my show 4 times. She's the director of that movie, and she's got that thing all shot and in the can. It's just a matter of the post-production stuff, but it's all shot. And my picture is in the movie, and it's in a scene with Tracy Savage. And yeah, I had a big crush on Tracy Savage in part 3. Yeah.
Who did it?
Yeah, Tracy's been on my show a couple times, and she said I make her feel good. She loves the compliments I throw at her. But I was told by the one of the producers that who's supposed to be scheduled to come on here at some point. He says, "Yeah, I recognize your face. Your picture's definitely in there. It's covered in blood, but it's there."
Hey, that counts. Hey, what are you trying to say about faces covered in blood? Is there a problem here?
Well, the person doing the gore effects in that film is Nora Hewitt, who is one of Tom Savini's A-list students. So I'm kind of honored.
Tom Savini. We met him at Frightmare. He was around. He came by our booth.
He walked by our booth when we were both walking around, and we missed him.
Yeah. We weren't there. We had literally, because we had been in our booth all weekend, as you do when you have a booth at a convention, and then Rip Junk comes up and he's like, "Oh, Tom Savini just came by," and he was like talking to me and wanted to buy like one of your face casts from. I think he was like, "Oh, I got this one because we were selling all the faces of the famous people, you know," and and then he's like, "Oh yeah, you just missed him." We're like,
or as I like,
it was okay because I think you know why we missed him. It was because she was hanging out with Tom Atkins. So you know what, Tom Savini for Tom, you trade the Toms, you know. And
my favorite Tom Atkins.
And that was so cool because Tom Atkins is one of our I just want to put him in my pocket and feed him crumbs. Do you know what I mean?
Night of the Creeps.
It was a moment for me meeting him, because meeting him that day, his sweater was so soft and he was so lovely. I was like, "Oh my God, can you be my grandpa?" But then I also had this weird moment where I'm like, but in Night of the Creeps and like Halloween 3, and the fog, I wanted to have sex with you. So I've had like so many weird moments with that man. Oh, he's so attractive.
He is.
Tom Atkins, you
know.
are so
Hey.
hot.
Oh.
Is he more attractive than Max Explosion?
After that, that's
No
a trick
comment.
question. His jaw is so square, I can't. It's Tom Atkins. I'd drop trow for Tom.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. Fanboy, I remember you wanted me to get that you wrote that song for 13 Fanboy, and I did get that out to Debbie Sue. I wish it was going to be used for the movie. I know she's going to use one of Ari Lemon's songs and one of Tom McLaughlin's songs from his
Ari
band
Lehman,
Swell.
yeah, we played with Ari Lehman. We backed that motherfucker up at Frightmare in the Falls. That was so much fun. First Jason. Oh my God, we love that man, and that was such a cool show. We played 2 sets, and then we brought him on. We played, we played 3 of his tracks with him.
Put on
Vic,
the
Vic,
Put on the mask, take on the task. Yeah, we played shit off his new EP, or like one of his last EP, I believe. Yeah, and he came to Canada and he played in front of the entire pretty much GTA horror community in Frightmare in the Falls, and the dudes of the dead got to back him up. It was so sweet. Yeah, you know, that song's being used for other things now, so it wouldn't be able to be in that film anyway. However, it was originally hopefully going to be used in 13 February, but you know what? Things happen, and I was talking to Tom Matthews about that movie, and that was kind of our interest as well, because we'd met him, and then we were chatting back and forth, and then I was like, oh, are you not part of this anymore? And so he dropped out of it. There was a few things that happened. I think maybe the movie was supposed to be done a very long time ago, or certain things, and a few people dropped. As movies, shit happens.
Well, Tom Matthews and Adrian King both had to drop out, but
yeah, so did we. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're happy with the soundtracks and the songs they got, and we wish them luck, and we can't wait to fucking see it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be August 13th. Victim was the first Jason song that's supposed to be used for it, from what I understand.
Okay.
But my picture will be in it, and I'm on as a co-producer, so I'm excited.
Very cool, Greg.
Yeah. So, and I got another Friday the 13th project coming called Victim No More, directed by Bobby Heckman. But I signed an NDA on that. Although one thing I can say, Jill Whitlow from Night of the Creeps is going to be in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there's going to be other people in it. But again, I'm not allowed to say because I signed a thing. But he's going to have some.
I signed so many things. I don't give a shit. I thought we were friends. You got me chained up here.
And then there's Hearts of Darkness, The Making of the Final Friday, a documentary about Jason Goes to Hell that I'm an associate producer on. And Adam Marcus is involved with that, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. He's going to address a lot of the controversies surrounding that film, and some comments that Sean S. Cunningham made at one of the cons, where
drama alert.
Oh, it's going to be interesting, and he's got a lot of the cast that's going to be featured in it as well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about all of this. But
Greg, you gotta keep things moving, especially in these trying times. You know what I mean?
But I've enjoyed running into you guys every year at Horror-rama, and I'm hoping to get there this year. It's supposed to be the October 2nd and 3rd. I'm set to reach out to Louis Cerez to have him on a third time here. I've been trying to get Chris Alexander, but I'm glad I got Ali Chappelle. And
you had the prettiest one anyway. So.
She is lovely, I gotta say. I remembered her when she come on, I was like, "You were down there at the refreshment area." I said, "I got special Halloween teas from you."
And then you didn't know where you were a few minutes later.
That's right. But oh man, I watched the walk around, the creepy ghoul walk around videos, and I just get lost. I'm actually in a split second of the 2018 one. I hear the sound. We have a VIP, and then you could just see me going down the stairs, and
And
I'm
it's
like,
you?
yeah, it's me. But I was heading down to the screening room or something like that. But I was like, yeah, because I remember they announced me as a VIP, and
We need a list of all the movies Greg has been in, and we could just point at him and say we know this guy. We're talking to the celebrity now.
well, I've got Social Distance, which is a movie about the pandemic. It was all shot in these little
Oh,
screens.
I was gonna say, are we just getting all sad about social distancing right now?
Actually,
That's
I'm
the
not
name of
in
the
the
film.
movie.
Oh, okay.
Sit over
Sorry.
I'm not in the
on.
movie. I'm just a co-producer on it. But the director reached out to me, and Vernon Wells is in it. So, and of course he was at Horror-rama one year, the year that I
Yep.
first went. So I got on board with that, and a zombie movie called Z Dead End. It's gonna have Felissa Rose in it.
Oh my God! Does she drop trow?
I don't know. I've been in touch with her. I got to get her on the show. Sandy Johnson put me in touch with her from
We
Halloween.
love Felissa. We met her at Shockstock with Joe Bob. Love him. American fucking horror royalty, right there, man.
Yep. So I got to get her on at some point. And
Joe Bob ate my hot dogs, but I didn't look like this, so I
Joe
don't
Bob
think he
Briggs.
remembers.
Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah, he ate my leftover hot dogs.
Oh my God, I kind of forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Or it was hot dogs on my pizza? Why was I eating hot dogs? I can't fucking remember. I like hot dogs a lot when I go to places because they're often the thing that'll make me shit the least because they're already cooked, you know what I mean? So when I go to places that I don't necessarily know, I'll eat hot dogs. But then I was so full on my hot dogs that I was like, hey, I often just, give away my food if I don't eat it. And I turned to the guy next to me and I was just like, hey, like, do you want my hot dog? And it was Joe Bob.
You see what I deal with?
Well, Thrash, you could always put a diaper on him.
I'm wearing one right now. Why do you think we showed up to this late? Do you think I've not had a pee break after 5 beers? Hey, the dead got it going on. We know what's up. We've been doing this shit for years, so we come prepared and we pee prepared.
Poor Thrash.
She loves it. She loves it. This is the most clothes I've seen you wear in a while, though, I must say.
I'm very warm.
Yeah, it's a bit warm in here. We're used to, we said that the other day, we were talking about, playing shows and we would always be so used to the, taking these things off because they do eventually come off. I know it doesn't feel like it, but, when we take this shit off and we're so sweaty and we're dying, we're having heart palpitations, we're drinking copious amounts of water or Gatorade.
You mean to tell me that's not the face on your driver's license picture?
No, it is the face on my health card though, so that they don't ask me.
Do they look at you when you go for COVID tests and say no?
They go. Yeah, they ask me if I want the short one or the long one, and they look where my nose is supposed to be, and they kind of, nothing happens. But that's
go straight to the butt.
They go straight to the butt. That's I'm waiting for the vaccine. But no. What were we talking about?
You were talking about pooping, so. And
oh, it's been a shitty couple of months, hasn't it?
Yeah, you were talking about pooping and Thrash putting a diaper on you, and you having to have the end of the concert, you're full. And I'm talking about the other thing being full.
Yeah. So, Anyway, just wear a diaper when you're playing shows, and because
it all depends.
We get super warm and all this stuff, and even wearing it now, we're like, oh my god. We used to be pretty good at where we play shows all summer long wearing this. Outside it's 45 degrees in Canada. Well, you live in Canada, but it's warmer in Southern Ontario per se. And now we're not used to it. Like I'll put on this latex or strap on my onesie, and whoo, the twins are sweating. You know what I'm saying? Like a trash would always be able to, eventually, even if she was warm on stage, she'd eventually be cool once she took off all her clothes again.
Pure polyester.
So but now it's like, oh my god, we just do Zooms and we leave all our clothes on, so we're just hot stuff forever.
I gotta say, when I went to Toronto, yeah, Toronto's warmer than it is here. But one thing
smog.
well, you know what? I was walking around Toronto and I saw what I thought was a skunk. It was a black squirrel. We don't have black squirrels here.
What
We
color
got
are your
gray
squirrels?
one. We got gray and red. But
Gray?
yeah,
Gray's usually.
Oh wait, gray's the normal one. Red?
yeah. But I've never seen a black squirrel. I saw them all over the place in Toronto.
Did you see the secret white squirrel at
No.
Trinity Bellwoods Park?
Yeah, there was an
There's
albino one with
there's an
laser
albino-
eyes.
Yeah, there's an albino squirrel in Trinity.
Oh
People
wow.
after him.
When I was a little human, I actually owned an albino rabbit.
I've seen those before.
That's great. We're
Yeah.
talking about squirrels, so.
Oh, same thing. They're basically the same thing.
There you go.
Squirrels, rabbits, they look the same. Squirrels, they look the exact same. They just have shorter ears.
And little
One
button ass tails.
I by accident, I was working for this landscaping company, and I
Mhm.
was weed whacking, and I chopped a rabbit's ears off by accident, clean off. And it looked at me. I don't even think it hurt. And it honestly just looked at me.
Of course it hurts.
And then I said, "You're a squirrel now."
You were, what'd you say? You were whacking your weed?
Yeah, I was whacking I was whacking. Hey, get your mind out of the weed whacker. Get it out of the gutter there, Greg. Yeah, anyway, he looked at me, and I don't know if he went to be one with the rabbits, but I hope he did.
I gotta say one thing. I have so much respect for blood opera during this pandemic because I've shared this story with you before. And I know Jim Cornette, the wrestling manager, was angry about this. Chris Jericho and his band Fozzy playing in public because they just obviously didn't get the fact that there's a pandemic going on. And then I hear that Chris Jericho ended up getting COVID.
Yep.
And
We're gonna need beer for this. Do you mind getting us a beer or two there, Trash?
There are none.
There's no more beer left.
There is.
Oh.
I'm just being an ass.
Oh my god, I just about had a fucking aneurysm. Look, if we're gonna talk about Chris Jericho, which I don't fucking want to, sorry.
uh-huh.
Rude. But, unfortunately, there are a lot of people that have played shows, put on events in front of people, spitting on the crowd, not intentionally, but that's pretty much what you do, especially if you're at a metal show. We've had people ask us, Greg, if we would be okay with playing secret concerts to people because we wear masks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are levels, unfortunately, because we, as the public, we don't really know what is going on. The government is just lying to us through the teeth or whatever's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my dear. We don't know what's going on. So how dare they take the risk of not only endangering themselves, but the other people and the venues taking the risk, the promoters, the people that messaged us under like pseudo names and shit. you can go fuck yourself because you're all fucking shit. This is like millions of like 500,000 Americans. Fucking the amount of Italians at the beginning of this, the amount of and fuck being talking about race, just like everyone in general, the old people, the grandfathers, you know, one of our the guy Nick Castle, his partner that produced you know, helped produce a bunch of our videos, our live streams. You know, her grandfather just passed away from this. It's so serious, and people go, oh well, the old people are getting it. Oh well, and it's like, no, you know, there are grandfathers that are 60. There are, you know, fathers and stuff that are 20. You know, there's no there. Yes, it can be more affecting to people with, you know, certain health issues or whatever. But the fact that some humans would just be so kind of like spoiled, if anything, I almost think it's like
spoiled.
It's spoiled. It's greedy to me. To be, you're just like, oh well, it's not happening to me, and so I'm just gonna go about my. And it's like, you know, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't fucking exist. Like we've had this argument for years and years. Like, so if you can't by this day and age go, well, I need to just sit on my butt, and yes, I'm going to have mental breakdowns, and yes, I'm going to, you know, be crying, I'm going to be sad, I don't see my friends, my dog hates me.
He's talking about me.
I just
right
go to
now.
work and just get out of here. You know, if we're going to have these things, but at the end of the day, we just talked about how this is essentially day 365 because we remember from, you know, the last show. So it's like we're still making it. We're making it. We're doing okay. Everything fucking sucks, but it's gonna suck more if people just go out and do things like that. And honestly, you know what it looks like? It looks like a PR stunt. It looks like a fucking. It looks like not only are you not caring, but then you get people like us wasting time talking about that shit, and it just makes them even bigger. It's more about them. It makes them even greedier. So it's like, you know, fuck you. Like, just if you're gonna do that shit, we want no part of it. And yeah, we'll film stuff from. We know it sucks, but we'll be behind screens until we can, you know, create screams.
You know what? I got to bring that up because you guys have been doing streaming concerts and where you're not putting people at risk. And I love the segments, you know. Number one, thanks for putting my promo on there. I appreciate that, you know.
Hey,
That
we
was
appreciate
awesome.
you, Greg.
Yeah. And but I remember, you know, for the Black Christmas one, I connected you with Lynn Griffin, which
Oh
was,
my God!
yeah.
Oh, she fucking put a bag over her head for the live stream.
That happened. I was like, no,
I couldn't.
This is amazing, but
we promoted it like that. We promoted it as like, you know, obviously a lot of people know who Lynn Griffin is, but even some people, because she actually does die so early on in that film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'd be like Lynn Griffin, and they'd be like, who? And I'm like, the woman in the bag that dies. And they were like, oh yeah, obviously. And so for her to show up literally wearing a bag, we fucking died again. Like, it was unbelievable. And so thank you, Greg.
Yeah, I've had her and her husband Sean Sullivan on.
Sean was absolutely lovely. He helped film her segment, and you can even hear him giggle in the background. And oh my God, they're so funny and creepy, and they love horror. They still love it. Like, it's unbelievable.
I met them in 2017. They did Horror Hound the same week I was at Horror-rama with Lisa, and I remember Lisa contacted me and saying that Lynn had contacted her to find out when I was leaving Toronto, and of course she mentioned to Lynn when I was leaving. So they were going to be back in Toronto, so the four of us met at a restaurant, and I had some stuff there for them to sign, and they had brought some stuff signed for me, which was pretty cool. So that was pretty awesome, yeah. And yeah, the Black Christmas one was great. My favorite Christmas horror film, Black Christmas. And yeah,
So good.
And
yeah,
so Toronto.
So Toronto.
yep. And I also put you in touch with Paul Lynch for the prom night one. And Paul Lynch did a movie with Bo Derek right here in Fredericton, so he was very happy to talk to me, and he's been on a couple times, and I knew he would respond to you guys, and I guess he had a blast.
Well, you know what, Greg? Not only were we blown away by the enthusiasm that someone like Mr. Paul Lynch, the director of the original Prom Night, humongous, Bullies, several other incredible Canadian films. British gone Canadian director, just gone American now. Just an absolutely amazing, like, his enthusiasm for what we were doing was so out of this world, because we're kind of crazy, and we're kind of fucked up, if you know what I mean. But for him to not ask any questions and just say, hey, this is really cool. What are you doing? Live music? Oh, I think I may have heard something, for him to check it out, ask for t-shirts. We sent him Paul Lynch somewhere wearing Blood Opera shirts. Just an absolutely lovely specimen of what humans, because it's been a tough time. It's been a tough kind of year. Mentally for a lot of, as well as physically, obviously, but mentally for people, and for someone like him to say, hey, you're on the other side of the world. Let me talk about Prom Night like it came out yesterday. Was absolutely incredible. And Bruce Pittman, the fact that we were able
Bruce, great guy.
Bruce Pittman, the director of Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou, obviously. The camaraderie that they had, because they've obviously talked before, but they hadn't been on a live stream, especially during COVID, together. And so to have them kind of go back and forth and to talk about the differences of the films, and because they were such different movies, which often sequels are, especially in the 80s, because the sequels often came out so many years later, or were done by a totally different director, or whatever it was. It was so cool because Paul and Bruce just give a shit about horror, and like a lot of people that we've had on the streams, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper for a Halloween episode. Oh my God, he did 40 minutes of interview for us, and he is my inspiration for Max Explosion, essentially. If I could have that man's puns, his pun dictionary, Jaretta, who I believe you know as well, you met at Horror-rama, all these people that have just been so incredible, but especially Paul Lynch. I do have to shout him out, because he would call me, in the morning. I would be taking a shower, and Paul Lynch would call me, and I'd be like, who's on the phone? And she'd be like, hey, who are you talking to on the phone, and you're not answering me? And I'm like, babe, it's Paul fucking Lynch. Like, just give me a second.
One time we were pulling into the Arby's drive-thru.
Because jalapeno cheddar is my favorite sandwich. And Paul Lynch is calling me while I'm ordering. I'm like, hello, Paul Lynch, jalapeno cheddar. And it is one of my heroes. So I do need to say I know I've thanked you before, but I'll thank you again, Greg.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I knew when he picked up, I knew he would say yes, and he was all for it. He didn't even hesitate.
We're not as sure as you humans are, you see. So we're not sure of anything anymore, except for death. It's undeniable. But Paul Lynch, holy shit, the man is old. And he looks like a little boy that's aged and directed all these amazing fucking things and has these little glasses. Like I was just saying, I was like, I wish he lived next door because we have all these kind of like cute little old people that live next door to us, and we wish he was one of them. Because then I'd just be like, hello, he said when we go to, because we go to Los Angeles every year, we did before all this shit. He said the next time we're there, that we get to go hang out. We're gonna have one of your fancy dinners. We're gonna have it with Paul Lynch in Los Angeles. Stand me, please.
And I remember Bruce Pittman. Lisa and I met him at a pub. I think it was a Saturday night after that first night of Horror-rama. We met him at a pub and we just reminisced and had something to eat, and that was fun too. I remember Paul Lynch. I met him at the 2017 one because he wasn't on the guest list, but he was just showed up and was hanging out with Leslie Donaldson. So I met him then, and then he of course was on the guest list for the 2019 one. So yeah. And
he's an unbelievable man, and you know what? I still call him because he's just super fucking cool and fun to talk to.
Oh yeah.
He's very quick on the phone. He has like, it's almost as if he's written a script just for the phone call, because by the end of it, okay, well, thank you very much, Max. You have a lovely day. Goodbye. And that's it. It's like I've got my 8 minutes written in with Paul today, and that makes me feel so special. Because holy shit, that's 1980, man. That's like years and years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing so well. Just like a lot of people that we've been talking to. They're hanging in. The celebrities are bored, but they're hanging in, just like we all are.
Yeah. But I have got to get a Blood Opera t-shirt at some point too. And
I'll send you one right after this. What are you waiting for?
I'll have to give you my address. I can do that.
You will. Careful what else we send you in the mail.
It would have to be an extra large for me.
What? You don't look like an extra large over there.
I always
lost weight.
I always wear extra large because that way it can go through several washings, and that's my rule.
Hey, you know, we've had a bunch of people ask for like 4XLs and 3XLs. We're gonna, once we have more money as a band, we'll get there so that you can, put it over use it as a car blanket, a car cover, or so that you can put it over your horse, so you can just like sleep in it and use it as a tent and like eat in it and all those things. But it's actually, it's a lot more money to get the larger shirts. So we're trying. We're still poor. Record labels. Get at me.
Wasn't it cool though? I had Sean Clark on the show back in January.
Yeah, very cool.
I remember I was listening to his podcast, the thing with two heads he does with Chris Nelson, while I was at work, and I heard him mention Blood Opera, and I just kind of took my phone out and looked at the video, and I guess he had got your CD in the mail, and I was like,
yeah, that was sent him an EP, I think.
I called you right after too. It's like, hey, you never believe what I'm watching. And when I had Sean Clark on, I bragged you guys up too. And
Sean Clark's really cool because he does this show where he kind of, they go to all the old horror locations, the filming locations in Los Angeles, and we've kind of been doing that for the last 2 years here as well. We've been for Freaky Fun Fact trivia for no fucking reason. We've been going to locations, and filming stuff because Toronto had so many, as you know, amazing films done there. So we would do the same thing. And so Rip was watching the thing with two heads or whatever, and I know Chris Nelson from Makeup, and he sent him an EP of ours, and then they were talking about it, and we were like, oh wow, I tuned in, and I was like, oh shit, I'm on the thing with two heads. I didn't even mean to be, which is pretty fucking cool. But Rip Junk's always on that, always promoting.
I like calling him Mr. Junk.
Mr. Junk. The thing with two junks. That's Rip. We love him, and he was supposed to be here tonight, but
it's COVID.
We're not allowed to hang out. So you know what I mean? Fuck you, Rip. We miss you. We love you. We miss. Oh, Lackey. This is going out to Vivian, Lackey. Richard. All my guys. Rip. Everybody. Nick. Phoenix. Everyone at Night Chill. Oh my God. Everybody. We miss all of you guys so much. Drunken Cinema. Everyone. Oh, we miss you. Mwah. We miss you.
Yeah, but we got Trash, and she's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, well, I've always got
Yes.
Trash. I'm not alone. I said I miss them. They're alone, not me.
But yeah, I enjoyed seeing you guys in concerts. You guys really vamp it up on stage, and I know I took some pictures of you guys at those too. If you look at my pictures on Facebook, I've got a few. But
we love when people photograph us. We do.
Yeah, but I think the Jason Lives concert I think was the best one I've attended that you guys did. I enjoyed that a lot.
Well, we hope that soon there will be many more, my friend. We were supposed to be playing in the summer. Last summer, we were supposed to play Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Drunken Cinema. We had a special tune in store for them. But obviously, yeah, nothing happened. Everything went online. And we just hope that, boy, we can get that prick and that we can be back to making you feel sick. Not in the COVID way.
I just
positive, test negative.
I just got Killer Clowns from Outer Space on Blu-ray too.
Oh, I bet it was so good on Blu-ray. We don't have one of those, but
yeah, Suzanne Snyder, all the way.
Well, when I was in Los Angeles a few years ago, I got to hang out with the Chiodo brothers. Charlie's a friend of mine, and we went to his shop and we talked about Killer Clowns. You know what? We also talked about Mars Attacks, and they don't like that movie because it was supposed to be scary, apparently. And I was like, but it's so funny. And he was like, I know. And I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. We won't talk about Mars Attacks, although we fucking love that film.
I love that film.
I saw Mars Attacks illegally when I was a little child. My human mother snuck me in. But seriously, shout outs to Charlie and the Chiodo brothers. We miss them as well. We miss Los Angeles. We miss all our LA friends. We miss everybody. We miss, I won't get into it. I'm going to start crying.
I gotta get the Chiodo brothers on the show. I haven't had them on yet, but Mars Attacks is no Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, though.
I'm trying to suss out which sarcastic direction you went with that one, Greg.
I had the writer of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes on the show too.
You know what? That film does speak for itself. There's something to be said.
It's an amazing movie, and
if you can make vegetables scary, scarier than they are on your plate when you're 5 years old, then by all means. Or wait, is a tomato a fruit? No, it's a vegetable.
I call it a vegetable,
From far away, they can look like apples.
I don't want to eat it like an apple, so it's a vegetable.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I classify as a vegetable. Although I do love pineapple on my pizza, though.
Heathen! No.
We have to end this now, Greg. You do whatever you want over there in Fredericton, okay?
We're different. Nobody knows where we are here. I don't know. Like, I got somebody coming on here later tonight. Rowdy Piper's daughter is actually coming on here. It'll be her third time on, and she's like, "You mean there's one that's further out than us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me."
Oh my God! Can you and her like reenact the fight scene from They Live? Is that okay?
Oh, that would be awesome. She knows how to do that sleeper hold, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. And it would take the whole podcast. You wouldn't even have to ask any questions. You would just do the fight and it would be, well, thank you very much. This has been 45 minutes of our time. We'll see you later.
That was the closest I came to crying about celebrity death when Roddy Piper passed, because wrestling today is so bloody stupid.
Well, I think, even big wrestling fans kind of after CM Punk left and after, the whole McMahon thing, it kind of went and they started that whole AEW thing and everything's
Mm-hmm.
changed. And I think it's for the best because a lot of things are changing. That being said, Stranglehold Wrestling used to exist here, and like we used to see a guy with one leg wrestle two little people. You know what I mean? Shit was absolutely insane. I've had staples stapled to me and a bunch of things as well, but now we just leave that up to the Phoenix Fire because we're getting a little bit too old, and he's still chugging Drano like it's going out of style. So
He's another guy I should probably have on here at some point. I love his segments on
he's
you guys put
absolutely
on.
amazing. And people only found out after our last stream that he had been editing quite a few of our shows as well. Not only was he doing performances, but he was actually editing the streams as well, which is crazy. We have some very talented friends, Greg.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I miss Horror-rama a lot. I hope it happens again this year. Between the two of you, who are some of the celebrities you guys have met that made the big impressions on you? I know Tom Atkins is one for trash.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, here, wait,
There's so many. I mean, Jaretta, Tom Atkins, where do I even go? Rick Baker, the Kyoto brothers, who else? I mean, the guests that we met in the last year, like, Lynn Griffin, Lisa Langlois, John Kassir. Like, John Kassir was incredible. We didn't, I got to talk to him for a bit. We didn't get to meet in person. We were just talking over Zoom like this. But to be able to talk to, my favorite voice actor pretty much of all time and have him do an absolutely incredible segment, where he talked about Slash. That's another one I've had the pleasure of meeting. Kane Hodder, absolute legend. I've hung out with him a few times. Kyle Glencross, who we had on the show, a pretty good friend of mine and someone that I've worked with in the makeup industry before, who did Kane Hodder's makeup, for Jason X, and we got to interview him about that. So that was so cool.
You keep talking. I'll show you guys something.
I could go on forever. Linnea.
I was gonna say these have been his.
John Philbin. Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys keep talking. Just give me a second. I'll show you guys something.
He's leaving. We're boring him with the names.
I have quite a few. So for me, I had a really, really great moment meeting Robert Englund. Robert Englund, his helper person was like, we have to move along here. You have to meet the other people. And
but we haven't worked with him. You met him at a convention.
I know.
There's our 13 fanboy tote bag.
Oh, I didn't get one of those.
I ordered that. The site. Now this I got in the mail after interviewing a certain somebody, and this is a prized possession for me.
There you go.
Signed by Ted White.
Oh, I was gonna say, who signed that one?
Yeah, Ted White as Jason. He was my favorite Jason Voorhees.
He doesn't even have it on the wall. He's got it in a box.
Yeah, well, because this is a temporary location until my brother and my sister-in-law and I get our own place. And he signed that.
Show him yours.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was, I wanted to get him to sign Dawn of the Dead because that is my favorite zombie movie. But because I had already met Rob Mosley and William Forsythe, I got Ken Foree to sign my 3-disc collector. So I have quite a few autographs on this one. I have Mosley and then Forsythe and then Foree over here. But we went to Monster Palooza in it's not Los Angeles.
Burbank.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Ew. All this burping. I'm sorry. I met Patricia O'Quinn, and
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky Horror.
I actually cried in front of her because I couldn't believe that I was meeting I was meeting her, and she gave me a big hug, and we talked for a long while.
Cries when she's happy, cries
Yeah,
when she's sad.
that's
God!
like one of my like happiest moments ever of meeting a celebrity, because I've been watching Rocky Horror since I was 4.
Oh, you
I
know who also came by and said they fucking love Blood Opera was C.J. Graham too.
CJ Graham. I haven't had him on yet, but he's in 13 Fanboy.
He spelled my last name wrong, but you know he doesn't actually know me, so I guess I can forgive him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's funny because I've interviewed Little Nell from the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
oh, cool.
Thank you. Now I feel like a jerk. It wasn't Patricia O'Quinn. I was thinking Drag Race. I met Little Nell.
You met Little Nell.
That's
I met. I was thinking of Drag Race because
because that's all you watch.
in season 12, this one Queen Aiden does not do Patricia O'Quinn justice whatsoever. And I was thinking of her because I feel badly that she was represented so terribly on a big television show. So
Yeah. Well, Little Nell was my first interview out of Australia. So that's where she resides, and that was interesting, and she was a lot of fun to talk to.
You know
But
who I gotta say, Greg,
hmm,
of all time, all time, is George A. Because not only do we miss Mr. Romero so much, but this all kind of, started sort of a bit because of him. Like I'm friends with Chris that did started Evil Dead the musical, and I reached out to him because we initially wanted to do a Return of the Living Dead musical. We were in talks with MGM Entertainment, and my lawyers were doing all this work because the rights were being fought over by Dan O'Bannon because Dan O'Bannon passed away in 2006. The rights were being fought about, and we were just like, oh, I'd already spent thousands of dollars, and then the dead dudes in the band were like, oh, we don't want to play the same songs only, and so there were so many crazy things that happened. But then we met George A. Romero at Rue Morgue's Dark Carnival,
hmm
and we'd seen him before at zombie walks and things like that, and we remember when he became a Canadian citizen. I think Trash was even there.
I was there that day. I walked that zombie walk, and then later it was Toronto After Dark, and I saw Survival, I think.
Yeah, and our friend Taya
Mhm.
Musser from Night Chill, who we love. Check him out. Great Hamilton-based horror band. She created the zombie whack, which then later transcended to be in Hamilton and other cities, in the GTA and things like that. And so meeting George and talking to him when Blood Opera was in its infancy, we weren't even a band yet, and we met him and kind of said, hey, like, what would you think about this idea? And thinking that George would be like, well, you're probably going to have a lot of people, asking you for money or thinking you're ripping them off or you're dressing up and acting like idiots. No one's going to like that. And George, looked at me and my business partner at the time and said, you got to do it. That's the coolest fucking idea. You're going to play, horror movie soundtracks dressed up like the characters or close to, or like, he loved the idea. And
Mhm.
so when he unfortunately passed away, we were talking to his daughter, who's a costumer as well, and they were all very supportive, and he was really, I must say, like, out of everyone, a lot of people have passed away and a lot of stuff, and we met a lot of amazing people, but I think George A. Romero, we signed little Night of Living Dead button packs that we used to sell, and everyone from Blood Opera signed it with love to George, saying thank you for everything, and we buried it with them, even with I think a T-shirt or something else we put in there, because that George A. Romero is he's the top for us. He's our zombie dad. We miss him more than anyone ever, I think. and for the fact that we like to say he almost endorsed us. He told us to go for it and that he would be supportive and was so yeah.
I had his widow on, Susan, who was at Horror-rama in
Yeah, she's
2017.
absolutely
Hmm.
lovely, and she was another. She handed me a tissue. I was crying at his funeral, and Susan handed me. She was the one that handed me a tissue.
Mm.
Remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
And
They
I
were all
I had
memories to me
interviewed
and that
Judith
day.
O'Day as well from Night of the Living Dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a very solemn day for Toronto and the horror fans. And that's that when I get so excited about Paul Lynch and whatever, there is something about Toronto and Ontario, and when there was, I think, because the USA is so big, and we love our fans there. We want to play there. We need to get out there when this is all done, but we love Canada so much too, and people know that we're a Canadian band, and we always have been, and we always will be. And there's so many movies and so many amazing people that are from here, yourself included, and a lot of the people
Hmm.
that you interview that we've become friends with. And yeah, Canada, it's all about Canadian horror. It really is. It
Hmm.
really is. And Italian horror
Oh, I
and
love
Romanian
Italian
horror and
horror. Yeah.
German horror and Japanese horror and Chinese horror, but Canadian horror all
I'm
day.
waiting for Blood Opera meets the Trailer Park Boys.
I have met the Trailer Park Boys. I've been on television with them. Yes, before this was before Blood Opera, but the man behind the mask, who you may or may not know, yes, I've been on talk shows with them. I've smoked many a joints with Jim Leahy. Rest in peace. I supported that man's penny match addiction. Randy almost drove me over with his car. The man almost killed me. I know them very well.
Mhm.
I've drank with them on several occasions, and I hope that I get to again. I know they've done a lot of things with Happy Fun Time and but and the cartoon and all that stuff. But yeah, Trailer Park Boys for life. I hate when people say,
Yes.
"Oh, that's a Canadian. Oh, you must like this Trailer Park Boys because you're Canadian." And I go, "Fucking right, I do. Is there a fucking problem here, buddy?"
Mhm.
You know. So
Talk
liquor
about
trade.
you do makeup and stuff like that as well. Talk
Who,
about
me?
that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, she does makeup too, pretty well. But yes, I work in the Toronto makeup community. I work all over the GTA. I go by something else. You can refer to my Napoleon Wilson
Mhm.
Facebook if you do so choose. Um, that's not my real name either. But yes, you can reach out to Blood Opera at any time. We do all sorts of prosthetic makeup applications, design, creature effects, 3D printing. We do props. We do movie sets. We do I guess stop motion. We do a lot of things to keep ourselves busy and to get paid, because although music tries to pay the way, it doesn't afford a roof over the house over our heads.
Over
So
the house.
a roof over the house. Otherwise, we'd just be in a house with no roof. But yes, yeah, I work in the makeup community, and the guys in the band, they've been getting into it a bit as well, because now they obviously have to do their own makeup. Trash has been doing her own makeup forever. We go makeup shopping together. It's fabulous, and guys should not be afraid to wear makeup. That's all I have to say.
Well, Trash, I need to ask what you do, besides makeup. Give us a little insight into your world.
I enjoy cross stitching, so
Return of the Living
Thread
Thread.
is the name of it. I started off doing just kind of like your grandma's little kind of kitschy stuff with bad words because that's what I was really into when I saw cross stitches. So I would do like the word fuck with a bunch of flowers around it because I thought it was funny. I think I made one for my mom and it said cunt because that's personally both of our favorite words.
Oh, wow.
Here's one that I've made. And I wanted to delve more into the horror side because I couldn't find the stuff that I wanted to buy. I learned how to make it, and so it's like, what can I do with this? And this is actually an adapted design that I
Oh,
have.
beautiful.
But that is what I really, really enjoy doing. So anytime I have spare time, I am making my hands raw by making thousands and thousands of little X's onto cloths so I can make a pattern. He showed a couple of those. I made a couple of these recently.
She's
Okay.
pretty good.
By the way, I like
good.
that couch, the shining carpet couch you guys have there.
Middle of Beyond. I made like a little Toxic Avenger one recently that I still need to ship out to somebody.
I had Mark Torgel on from Toxic Avenger.
She's supporting us here with her habit.
So of course it reads murder right now, but it is Red Rum.
Hey, that's funny because it actually reads murder because it's backwards. I get it.
I made this for him for a while ago for Christmas.
Oh, that reminds me. I was one.
And then I made my Madman one.
Oh, Madman. I was one of the last people to interview Dick Miller.
Very cool. Chopping Mall.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I've got Chopping Mall. Here, I got this. It was signed by Kelly Maroney.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got a picture of her online because she took a picture of her herself, had signed this, and she had sent it to me. So I ordered it from her site, and yeah, I got there's a picture of her pointing to it, and
so
I love her Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh yeah, baby.
I have that on tape too.
No, we love the pretty women of the 80s. Give me all that. I mean, Chopping Mall. We've been in that mall, that's what else was that mall used for? It was using a couple
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Commando.
There you go. Yeah.
But I've interviewed 5 people from this movie.
Barbara?
No, I haven't had Barbara yet. I've got to reach out to her. I've had Kelly. I've had Russell Todd.
Yeah.
And I've had Jim Wynorski, who doesn't hold back. I've had Steve Mitchell, the screenwriter, and I had Dick Miller. I was so happy to have Dick Miller.
Rest in peace. We love him. Oh,
yeah.
That's a name. You should consider yourself lucky for that one, Greg.
I was very lucky. His wife was on with him, and she was seen briefly in The Graduate.
Okay.
Yep. So I was very happy. I had him on. It was 5 months later he passed away. So I was very lucky to get him. I've had a few that have passed away lately. Peter Mark Richmond, who was in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah.
He passed away. I've had him on twice.
Rest in peace.
David L. Lander, who of course was Squiggy in Laverne and Shirley. I had him on. Oh, and the one that was really painful for me was Jessica Campbell. I had she was only 38.
Yeah, that was a sad one for everyone. And you interviewed her too, eh?
Yeah. I was put in touch with her by Frankie Ingrazia, who worked with her in Election, that movie with Reese Witherspoon.
I've never seen it.
Oh, man, that's a great movie. And one of the big reasons I love the movie is a speech that Jessica Campbell gives in it that really speaks volumes of what we're all thinking, And she put me in touch with Jessica, and I was so sad when she passed, but I was so honored to have her on. She even did a Doubtfire Face challenge with her son, which I was really happy to have her do as well. That's a cause for suicide and depression awareness. And I had Lisa do it. It was done in honor of Robin Williams, of course.
Oh,
Yep.
just watched his live the other day. Love it.
Yeah, it involves you take a pie in the face and you nominate 3 people. Now
Ooh.
we've got to get you 2 to do it.
Oh, well, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Send me the pie in the mail, Greg.
You both up for it?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Well,
down.
yeah.
He said if you're up.
I'm down.
Oh.
Do it and nominate 3 people from the industry. I know Ali Chappell seemed interested in it too, so
Yeah, that sounds fun. I just want to party.
yeah. Well, I had Lisa did it. Nancy McLaughlin did it in front of props from Jason Lives.
So cool.
And Sandy Johnson did it, and her husband was dressed up like Michael Myers. And she nominated PJ Souls, Nick Castle, and Felissa Rose.
PJ.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to see them do it. And yeah, Sandy was wonderful, but I've dealt with not suicide, but depression periodically because I got antidepressants I take. And so it just hits you out of nowhere. So when this one came up, after the ice bucket challenge, I was like, yeah. And plus, I grew up with that old slapstick, so I used to love that. So, yeah.
So good, Greg.
So I want you 2 to do it.
Sure. Yeah, let me know. It's about pie time right now. I think I smell one in the oven.
Yeah. Down for it too, Trash?
I am actually down.
There you go. There you go. No, it was wonderful. What else do you, huh?
As long as I have a cup of tea in front of me so I can like fall in.
I gotta say, it's wonderful keeping in touch with you guys. You guys got
love you, Greg.
Anything else coming up in the future?
We are recording 5 songs. There's gonna be possibly, we won't even say what's gonna happen, but maybe another EP, maybe single releases. There's a lot of things happening. We've written a few tracks. One of them is entitled The Hills Have Eyes. So we've got a lot of stuff coming out. We've got tracks. Yeah, they're going to be featuring celebrity voiceovers. We're actually going to be doing a contest where we get people involved to feature on the songs because we want to. We're actually going to kill some of our fans this time around and have them involved. We're creating hopefully a Patreon so we can send you guys some mystery boxes and some cool prize things for our kind of #1 fans as this stuff all goes on. We're taking a bit of a break from our live streams just because they've been, a lot of work. We've had so much fun, but we also, we realize that too much of a good thing is never a good thing. So we're writing some songs. Rip Junk, Vivian, we're all working hard. We can't quite get together yet, so we're loving doing things like this. But as soon as this is over, we've already had word of some shows and some possible things from promoters that are going to be happening. So we're looking forward to what 2021, 22 will involve because we don't know if it's going to be this year, we don't know if it's going to be next year, we don't know. We hope that we can play shows by Halloween this year, but we're not quite sure. All that we know is that we're going to have more music for all you deadheads out there, and hopefully music videos, hopefully some things when we're allowed to get back into the recording studio. We've been talking to we've got a pretty big producer that seems to want to record the dead. So fingers and buttholes crossed that will be happening. And back to you, Greg. No, that's about it. That's honestly it. And but seriously, thank you for your help in providing hooking us up with people that we've looked up to forever.
I'm always open to doing that. If you guys got live streams coming up, and feel free to ask if I got any connections to such and such.
We love just even more so than the connection, just the camaraderie and the fact that we're all trying to get through this and we're all trying to do cool stuff together, and then we can be supportive, and everybody that's helped us, from the celebrities, like Lynn and Jaretta, to, and everyone, to the fans watching, to the people like you interviewing. Everyone makes this go around and makes them not forget about little old us. Little old us, we don't want to be forgotten with the times.
I haven't forgotten.
I know you haven't, Greg.
I haven't forgotten. I know because I call a lot, and I think Lisa and I are like the only two people that talk on the phone anymore.
Hey, I talk on the phone. You know that I prefer the phone. I can't text with these fat digits.
But yeah, often, I called. A lot of times I'm at work cleaning, and I'll have my headphones in on this little thing. Got my little headphones in, and I can listen to stuff as I'm cleaning. So sometimes, I could call somebody, or somebody will call me, and I could just talk to them, and I can keep working.
Is that a phone or a J-Pod?
It is a phone.
Oh, it's a phone
with a little Harley Quinn on there.
Oh, dirty bird.
But yeah.
Well, we can't wait till we finally get to see in person, Greg. There's some flesh here cooking on the oven, which we have to get to, but we cannot wait to fucking party. Like, I miss you, man. And we miss you so much.
I miss you guys.
We will see. And I know you say just Horror-rama, but there's Shockstock, Frightmare, the Curtis Flea. There's so many cool things that are going to be happening. And, you can just come here all the time when this is over. You don't have
to. I know that with the current job I have, like last time I went for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was so great. But I was told with this cleaning job, I can only take a week off at a time. So I think I'll do a first half of the year and second half of the year. Second half will be Horror-rama. But I don't think I'm going to do first half right now until this thing clears up. But I'm hoping that by October 2nd and 3rd for Horror-rama, I'm hoping this clears up enough, because I'm willing to travel if it's safe, but I don't want to go there and have to quarantine, come back, quarantine. I need this shit to go away.
You don't have to worry about that, Greg, because no conventions will be happening if that's still a thing going on. So
yeah, but
it's gonna have to be 100% safe so that we can all hang out, and because at conventions we're all we're humping each other at conventions. We're basically spitting on each other. That's how we like it there. We miss the shows. I would pay someone right now to just jump up and down a bunch of times, listen to a bunch of music, and sweat all over me. I would pay for it. We used to miss that. I think people we were signing boobs before this. People were paying for our shitty signatures and sweat before this. And now they can't even look at me. So, well, they weren't looking at me before, but now they can't smell me. They can't tell. They don't even want to do, because they're like, stay away until this is over. And that's why. Stay safe, wash your hands, wash your butt, and stay home.
Cleanliness from Max Explosion.
Hey, I'm a makeup artist. You gotta be clean. Under this, I know I look dirty, but I'm really clean. I'm gonna go have a bath right now. Well, no, I gotta eat, but then I gotta have a bath.
Well, you know what? It was wonderful having you both on there today, and I love keeping in touch with you, and every other every other day give you a call, make sure you're up and around. And Trash, it was nice to see you. I remember you're beautiful.
Isn't she gorgeous?
I think she's gorgeous. Yeah. I remember there's a picture I got on my phone of you two and Rip Junk were all together, and you were doing the finger thing with your tongue coming out through. You were, and I said to Max, I said, she reminds me a lot of Avril Lavigne. And that's not an insult either. I like Avril.
No, we've been making googly eyes at Avril since we were little wee lads.
I saw Avril in concert twice, and I was in the mosh pit, but I was like second from the stage, second row
Don't
from
say
the
those
stage.
words, mosh pit, right now. That makes me too sad.
Well, that was over a decade ago, but my favorite Avril song was "Together" off her second album. And that song was written by Chantal Krabiazik. "Together," that was her best song as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'm
That's
just
a
a
great
skater
song.
boy, so
Yeah. But no, it was great having you on here. But yeah, I would love a T-shirt. I'd be more than happy to pay the postage.
we will send you one, Greg. Don't worry. We'll talk about all that stuff. I need to keep you up to date with all of the Blood Opera garbs because there is quite a lot of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got new shirts. We got new fucking Hail Satan shirts. So yeah, we will send you those.
No Satan. Come on, I'm Christian, man.
And that's fine.
Blood Opera shirt.
Satan wouldn't exist without God.
Yeah. No, and I always tell people the Passion of the Christ was probably more bloody and gory than any horror film, No, I don't preach to people, but no.
Hail Mel Gibson. Hail
I-
Python's Paradise. We love you, Greg. We'll talk soon, okay, baby?
Absolutely. God bless both of you.
Mwah.
Thanks, Max Explosion. Thank you, Trash, for coming on here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You two take care and stay in touch. Blood Opera forever.
Talk soon. Hail the dead, baby.
You take care.